This presentation will discuss learning centers. During this presentation, we will answer the following questions. What is a learning center? What are the types of learning centers? And why do we use learning centers in early childhood classrooms? The physical environment of a classroom can have a large impact on the children, the group as a whole, as well as the teacher. The environment includes everything from the walls to the type of flooring. Lighting, windows, and color all play a part in creating an environment that stimulates learning. While you may not have a lot of control over many features, such as the number of windows, we can maximize learning by using the environment effectively. One way to do this is through the use of learning centers. Learning centers are areas in the classroom that allow the students to independently explore his or her environment through hands-on developmentally appropriate activities. When students are engaged in a learning center, teachers act as facilitators, providing materials and guidance, as well as planning discussions, activities, demonstrations, and reviews. The types of learning centers will vary from school to school and will be different at each age level to meet the students' learning needs, interests, and developmental levels. In preschool, the creative curriculum recommends using the following centers: blocks, dramatic play, toys and games, art, library, discovery, sand and water, music and movement, cooking, and computer centers. In elementary school, the centers take on more academics names such as listening, reading, writing, math, art, science, social studies, and computer. No matter what age level, the purpose of the center is to provide students the opportunity to explore an activity independently so that they can make progress in the general curriculum. Let's take a look at what goes into the setup of each center. The block area is a center where children explore cause and effect, spatial awareness, measurement, number skills, classification, and it is also a wonderful center for practicing social skills, especially the skills of taking turns, sharing, and working together on a project. Best practices in the block center recommend that teachers provide a variety of types and sizes of blocks. The block center can also be enhanced by adding items such as cars, toy people or animals, road signs, and books that show different types of buildings. As building with blocks can take up a lot of space, this center is usually set up in an area where children can spread out to make their structures. The Dramatic Play Center allows children to use their imagination and practice the new skills and vocabulary they are learning. Many times, the Dramatic Play Center is set up like a home or a kitchen. However, if the class is studying a theme, the dramatic play area can be set up to reflect that theme. In the dramatic play area, children practice communication, conflict resolution, problem solving, vocabulary, and they learn to understand life experiences. The Toys and Game Center is known by many different names. It can be called table toys, manipulatives, fine motor, and sometimes just plain games. Whatever the name, the purpose of the center is to allow children to explore concepts through a variety of interesting materials. Some ideas of materials at the Toy and Game Center include puzzles, geometric shape sorters, open-ended toys like labels or beads and strings, collectibles such as buttons or keys, and cooperative games such as dominoes, card games, and board games. Through the use of these materials, children improve their hand-eye coordination, cognitive development through patterning, problem solving, classifying, counting, and matching, as well as their social skills, including cooperation and self-esteem. In elementary schools, many classrooms have mathematics centers. These may include centers with mathematics manipulatives as shown in this picture, or they may include math board games or math activities as shown in this picture. Using mathematics centers allows children to work either independently or in small groups to practice skills that were taught through the whole group lesson. The art area is designed with materials to help children engage on a sensory level. In this center, children create and show their ideas through fun and interesting materials. If children are shown how to care for and use these materials, the art area can become a place where children are able to engage with minimal assistance from adults. Some materials in the art area are different types of paper, colored pencils, markers, and crayons, child-sized scissors, paints at the teacher's discretion, Play-Doh, and materials for collages such as buttons, leaves, foam shapes, and well, really just about anything that children can cut, color, or glue. The art area helps children develop their spatial reasoning, fine motor skills, writing skills, and cognitive skills. It also gives them a chance to practice their social skills. The library area should be a space that is beautiful, welcoming, and filled with books and comfortable furniture. It is a space for children to relax and engage with books. While this picture shows what we wish every early childhood classroom would have for a library, many of the early childhood classrooms are not allotted this amount of space. This picture shows a library on a much smaller scale. Notice how there is a child-sized bookshelf, a soft chair, and a soft stuffed animal. We could add pillows to the floor, and this would be a welcoming, soft place to be. In the library, children develop fine motor skills through turning pages, language and literacy skills, and cognitive skills as they learn how to retell and sequence stories. In addition to the library center, many elementary classrooms have a reading center. This center may be filled with reading manipulatives and activities and games, very similar to the mathematics center we previously viewed. Some preschools and elementary classrooms have also added a listening center. In this center, children are able to listen to audiobooks or other auditory materials. This center can help promote rereading of stories as well as help students practice listening and following directions. The Discovery Center is sometimes called the Science Center. It is a place to find answers to questions, to wonder, and to explore. The materials in this area encourage children to use all of their senses as well as to observe. In this center, you will find items such as magnifying lenses, eyedroppers, containers for sorting, balance scale, magnetic objects, stethoscopes, flashlights, tubing, thermometers, and other items scientists might use to investigate and explore. Through this center, children can improve their fine motor skills, develop critical thinking skills, as well as increase their language skills. In elementary schools, science centers may have very specific activities in which the students are engaged. This is a picture of a science center set up in an elementary classroom. In this center, the children are supposed to investigate the pumpkin seeds. They will write about the seeds, estimate, count, draw, and weigh the seeds as part of their assignment. This center will change in the elementary classroom based on the unit and topics, and typically the students will rotate through this center in small groups. One of the most popular, and probably one of the messiest centers used in preschool, is the sand and water table. This area allows children to fully explore and engage, and it promotes sensory development and critical thinking. Through this table, children learn about the properties of solids and liquids, they explore volume and capacity, sinking and floating, and they explore cause and effect. Their social skills are put to the test when they have to learn to share, as well as stand up for their rights and negotiate. These tables can be filled with sand and water, or a variety of other materials including rice, beans, small shreds of paper, or really anything the teacher can think of. The areas are enhanced with toys and manipulatives which children can use to scrape, bury, sink, dig, and fill. An additional sensory experience is provided by the Music and Movement Center. Through this center, children experiment with sound, increase their physical development, play with language, and practice rhyming. Instruments, scarves, beanbags, and music CDs can enhance the child's experience with music and movement. Many preschool teachers cook with their children. Through the Cooking Center, children learn to prepare food, and they learn how food promotes health. The center is typically a teacher-supervised and directed center, but through the cooking activities, children can develop comparative words, measuring, hand-eye coordination, as well as independence. By now, most classrooms have a computer center in which children can engage electronically. Games can be played which develop a variety of skills. We recommend that computer time be a social activity where at least 2 children can talk about what is happening on the screen. The computer station on the right shows a bench where 2 children can sit. It also includes a child-friendly, sturdy keyboard. As you can see from the variety of centers that are used in classrooms, much learning can take place across a wide range of skills when teachers use learning centers. Through the use of learning centers, children are actively engaged, they can work at their own pace, they are able to take risks without the worry of failure, and they are able to practice working independently. By their nature, learning centers promote social skills, and they help children remain actively engaged so that teachers can spend time working with smaller groups of students. As you set up your classroom or future classroom, keep learning centers in mind as an effective and developmentally appropriate strategy for working with young children.